Okay, everyone, thank you for coming. We have Yale head coach Allison Guth, Alex Cade, and Camilla Emsbo. Coach, when you're ready for an opening statement, please.
I just first off want to congratulate our seniors on a tremendous career. One sitting to the left of me here, Alex Cade, which I think you saw. If you want to talk about character, being down 25 points and still being the first to the floor, every motor, every rebound that she could get her hands on. And seniors Robin Gallagher and our captain Roxanne Nesbitt, they've taken our program to new heights over the course of their career here. They've been a part of bringing our program to 2 times most Yale program wins, 19 wins in a season, a postseason championship with this one. We talked in the locker room just now, one game does not define the beautiful careers that these players have had. And I want to congratulate Meg Griffith and the Columbia Lions. They're incredible team and players. They absolutely had a wonderful game tonight, and we want to congratulate them and wish them the best of luck as they advance. For us, this stings a lot for us tonight. We didn't feel like we played beautiful Bulldog basketball, so we're taking a step back right now tonight.
Now we'll move on to questions for our student athletes. Again, for media members, please identify yourself and your media outlet.
Hey, Will McCormack from the YDN. You know, going in, we talked about how Alex was really the only one with Ivy Madness postseason experience. What does just sort of making it to the stage and getting to compete at this event mean for the team going forward?
Yeah, I mean, it's great to come here. It means a lot to our program to be able to get here, but our ultimate goal wasn't just to show up. And I know that we're all disappointed because, you know, stepping on the court doesn't mean as much as not playing those 40 minutes. So I know we're disappointed, but it is a huge step for our program to make it back here. And I know that next year, you know, it's going to hopefully look a lot better than that. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's a stepping stone for us, but definitely not something to be satisfied with at all.
I also think, if I may add real quick, that every additional game that you get to play is another additional learning lesson, and it really sets the team up for next year. Granted, we wish we had more than just one, but any opportunity is a good opportunity.
Yeah, Jen Hadfield with the next. I was going to ask something along the lines of what you were saying. Just, you know, what do you think went wrong tonight, and what do you learn from that for going forward? Do you think?
Yeah, I think we just didn't execute our game plan in really any sense of the word. I think defensively, I mean, right before in our pregame presser, we talked about transition being the main thing that we needed to focus on, and I think that was the story of the game tonight. They ran in transition, and we didn't do anything to stop them. I think they got a lot of backdoor cuts.
A lot of rebounds.
A lot of rebounds. There's all stuff that we've talked about, all stuff that we've planned for. We didn't execute, and more than that, I think that they were just a scrappier team tonight. I think they wanted it more, which maybe hurts a little bit more for us, because that's the one thing that we know that we can control going into a game like this.
I think Camilla summed it up. I think you'd be shocked to see that we took one more shot than Columbia tonight. I think you'd be shocked to think we got 60 shots. I think scoring makes up for a multitude of sins, and we could not find the rim tonight, and not just the rim, what goes through the rim, that basketball. And so shooting 25% from the field is extremely uncharacteristic for us. Shooting 10% from 3 and 54 from the line, it's just not the offensive performance to put us in position. And we pride ourselves on that defense. I think when we were taking poor shots, it really set us up poorly on the defensive end. I thought Patrick had a phenomenal night, and then there were times I thought we were defending Shu the way we were trying to crowd her and get her off the line. I thought she hit some big-time shots early, but to start the game on an 8-0 run and give up layups, we were really, really disappointed with our effort on that end.
For both Alex and Camilla, tonight was certainly a tough loss, but do you both expect to be in the WNIT and have some more basketball to play?
Fingers crossed. I think tonight's win would have been huge for us, and that would have put us in a lot better of a position. So right now it's out of our hands. We didn't take care of what we needed to take care of, but crazier things have happened, and I know that if we get that call, we'll be ready. So yeah, we're ready to go if that happens. If not, we've got a lot to learn, and moving into next season, it's time to get to work. So
Yeah. I think we're excited for the opportunity, and like I said, any additional game's a great opportunity. This is a young team, and no matter what, this should get them energized and excited for the year to come if we don't get to continue to play.
Mills, can you talk a little bit about what this experience is like for your family with you and your sister both being at this event?
yeah.
You can. She just saw her sister
Yeah.
right before we came up.
I love her sister.
No, I mean, watching that game before our game was really tough for me. I mean, obviously we knew that if we made it into the championship round, we didn't want to be matched up with Princeton. So I didn't know who I was cheering for, which was really tough for me because you never want to cheer against your twin sister. But that was the first game that she's been able to cheer for me. She's been able to sit in the stands and cheer for me without feeling bad. So that was really special. Yeah, but she's my inspiration. She's had a really tough 3 years, and so watching her up there, cheering for me, cheering for her team through these 3 years is just really special. I'm gonna end it there because it's gonna get a little bit bad after this. But yeah, I was really grateful for the chance to have my whole family watching me tonight. And I guess I don't have torn loyalties in the championship game. I know I can cheer for my sister. So yeah.
Anything else for our student athletes? Let them go. Okay. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Right, cleaner exit this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Careful going down the steps.
I
Steps
just-
is probably safer.
I still gotta go
Yeah.
that way.
Just give him a second.
Yeah.
Yep.
No worries.
Now we'll move on to questions for Coach.
Allison, you called timeout at 10-0 in the first quarter. What'd you tell your team?
Richard, I called it at 8-0.
Okay. I stand corrected.
It was 8-0, but we immediately talked about our deficiencies on the defensive end. We immediately talked about how we were giving up points in the paint, and that our game plan and our gap coverage was completely unaware. We were in our gap looking at where the ball was with no concept of where our woman was, and we were not being active. And I thought the volume in the gym was awesome. The atmosphere was great tonight. We pride ourselves on the way we talk like a team together. And I don't think we were listening to each other, and I don't think we were saying the right things on the floor. So we focused mostly, Richard, and I think it's a great question, on the defensive side, and that might sound funny with it being 8-0, but we knew that linked to that were two really poor offensive possessions at the other end of the floor. You guys, I know you guys saw it. I know my mom saw it back home. We had high-low opportunities with seals in the post that we absolutely bypassed and moved the ball across the nail with no intention of playing to our strengths. And so I think what you saw was a little tightness in our decision-making. And so I wanted to really stop the bleeding early and then come back out. But again, that's what the communication was in the timeout. Thank you for your question.
Jonathan Tannenwald from Philadelphia Inquirer. Allison, when the time comes, whether it's tonight, tomorrow, or next November, do you tell your players to forget this game, or do you want them to use it?
Jonathan, that's an awesome question. Thank you.
Mine was only a great question.
Yours was
awesome.
really great. Yours, if you had it 8-0, not 10-0, I would have given it to you. No, yours was great too. I would tell you, Jonathan, I love the question because there's a time and a place for everything. So for our team, we are not defined by the game we played tonight. And I thought we played a pretty ugly game tonight for us, for what our standard is. And again, credit to Columbia and their staff and their players who played a phenomenal game, but I thought we didn't play beautiful basketball the way we do. That is absolutely got to be captured, and we got to communicate, learn from it. But in the moment with our team tonight in the post game, that's about honoring those seniors, this team, because we aren't, failure is an event. It's not a destination. And we know we failed tonight. We do know that. But that team needs to know they are much more than what we showcased on the floor tonight. The returners, the people coming back to this, need to know what it feels like, because any last game you play, you want to feel like you left empty. I think that's what you're feeling from our players tonight and our staff. We don't feel like we left empty playing our best basketball. I'm sure if you were talking and I didn't hear the presser with Kathy and her players from Harvard, they have everything to be proud about the game that they played against Princeton. Everything to be proud about. So when you have a game like you did tonight, this one stings and you got to hold on to it, but it's got to be at the right time in the right place.
Take 2 more questions.
Yesterday you talked about the mismatch that you were hoping for with Alex and Camilla. Did Megan's plan of having Noah in the front court and focusing Caitlin on the defensive end really kind of throw things off?
Yeah, you know what? We prepped for it. I'm glad you asked the question, because you're absolutely right. I thought Chada was a force tonight, and we didn't have an answer for her, both on the offensive glass and transition. We had troubles, but we actually prepped for it because they did start that lineup against Cornell. So they played Kitty at that 1. They started that way, so we prepped for it in practice. Clearly, we were not the successor in that. Successful as Columbia was tonight, so it was a good adjustment that they made.
Any other questions? All right, final question.
Just curious to get your impressions on the first game, whether it's on the court, the environment. Just what did you see in that first game?
You're talking about the Princeton Harvard.
Yes.
Yes. Talk about kicking off Ivy Madness with the level of play in this league. Talk about I got extremely emotional watching Kathy coach her last game, and she's an absolute mentor and legend to me. And I just watching her walk off the floor. Forbes grabbed her around her shoulder and walked her off the floor. You talk about an effort. Carla Berube is a class act. Princeton is a phenomenal team. You talk about what Harvard did tonight with Princeton, with the environment here. That's what Ivy basketball is all about. That's about not just a talented Harvard team, but sending their coach out on the note that she so deserves. And I thought that type of game and that type of atmosphere, it only brings more and more people to the gym. And it only excites people. So the coverage we get, what you guys do, doing such a phenomenal job representing our league and telling our story, that's a story you want to tell. I'd like you to forget this story tonight, okay? But that's a story you want to tell. And I thought that that Harvard team should be so incredibly proud of the effort, and what a tremendous job Princeton did to hold. They haven't been in many close games like that. But you know the stats better than me, possibly, but I don't think people put that many numbers up on Princeton. Maybe an OT game this year, but that was a phenomenal effort, and I just think that shows the parity. Like you asked me a question the other day, I don't know if it was specifically you, Jen, but in this room about 1 to 4 and what that looked like, and I knew that was coming. Like I knew that there is something so special about this league, but that's the story of Ivy women's basketball. Really, really amazing talent in this league and a tremendous atmosphere.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations on a great season.
Thank you so much.